You are listening to Single Smart Female. This is Jen, explaining the possibilities in your love life and examining your Mantourage dating experiences. I am here to help you do life and love on your terms by tipping the scales of love permanently in your favor. So don't forget to text this episode to all of your single smart girlfriends, and let's get started. Hello, single smart female. It's your romantic fairy godmama coming to you today with a romantic fairy godmama quickie. So today we're talking about using social media for Mantourage dating. Now, it's no secret if you've listened to me for any length of time. I'm not a huge fan of social media. I don't have a gigantic social media presence. I don't spend a lot of time on social media. I have very specific thoughts about social media, which we'll talk about in just a second. But today we are going to talk about it in connection with Mantourage dating, and a lot of my thoughts will not be a surprise to you whatsoever, but I think it is important that you consider these things for your Mantourage dating experience. Now, first off, number one, I really think that for the most part, social media is harmful versus helpful. I think there's a few instances where it's helpful. That would be if you're building a business brand, which I don't even think is necessary for a lot of businesses. It always makes me chuckle, the certain businesses, like I said, I don't have a huge social media presence, but certain businesses where they have next to nothing presence, they're gigantic businesses, but they're just not really conducive to social media, so there's no point. And the fact that they do it at all amuses me. But anyway, that's one of the places that I think it can be impactful is through certain types of businesses. The second place is I think it is a great tool for photo sharing and event sharing between people who don't live close to each other. I believe in in-person connection, okay? And I think it is much better. I think we're over-connected because of social media, but not connected in a profound way. I think it's much better to be physically in person connected to somebody, which is a much truer connection when you can. So those people that live close to you, just make a point to see them, okay? Go spend some time with them. Go on a walk with them. Catch up that way. Don't get your fill just through social media. I also think it's great for, family members and people who don't live anywhere close to you, grandparents who want to see kiddos, all that kind of stuff. I think it's great for that. I don't think it's great for people who are just wanting to vent about their political views or their anything views or tell people how horrible they are. It's got a host of things that we're using it for that don't serve you as an adored woman whatsoever. And we're going to talk about the implications in dating in just a second, but you got two things. Social media basically is a curated view of somebody's life, okay? It's a great place for people to invent a completely false life, but also you're only getting one piece of their life usually when you look at somebody's social media profile. And it's usually one of three things. Their political views, everything that's going wrong in their life, the woe is me movement, and then the other place is, look how perfect my life is. So with that said, I'm not a huge fan. Social media is not real world, okay? It will never be the real world. It is a snippet of different pieces of the world, and it's a curated snippet at that, at best. Now, let's talk about adored women, Mantourage dating, and using social media for Mantourage dating and meeting men. One of the biggest places where I see women fall on their face in Mantourage dating is by connecting the guys that they are dating with them on social media. Now, I know some of you are going to say, but hey, I met so-and-so on social media and yada, yada. Okay, I hear you. Totally get it. I'm not saying that nobody ever meets each other on social media, but I don't think that you should stay on social media. I do not think when somebody is not in a relationship with you and it's somebody that you're actively dating, if you're doing Mantourage dating the right way, which, by the way, if you want to learn how to do it the right way, go take my free class, mantouragedating.com. You'll get a 3-day free class take it with me and you will enjoy it immensely. And we'll start digging into the depths of Mantourage dating the right way. But there's time and time again, social media ends up being not productive. Okay? So at the beginning of this session, I told you that this was going to be a romantic fairy godmama quickie. I've just decided it's not, so just bear with me. We're going to go a little bit deeper into this than a normal quickie session. Now, it's just not productive. I've seen it used for women doing something called cyber cutting. Like if she's not hearing from him, she's sitting there checking his social media all the time to try to see what he's up to, try to figure out, is he dating someone? Is he talking to someone else? Who is he following? Who is he do this? And it's a whole clusterfuck of mental madness. That's a great phrase. Clusterfuck of mental madness. You are torturing yourself mentally. I've also seen it where women will connect with men that they're dating, different men that they're dating that are in their mantourage, and these men energetically figure out that they're both dating the same woman, and they start dueling, even though they're not in an exclusive relationship. And then it becomes this stupid pissing match between men or a pissing match with other women. And it's just a whole bunch of shit that you don't need to include in your life. You are a single, ambitious, ass-kicking woman who doesn't need social media to justify her existence, okay? That whole shit about if it's not on social media, it doesn't exist. Bullshit. Real life happens in person. It does not happen on social media. So including it in your Mantourage dating experiences, the percentage of help it actually gives you is next to nothing especially compared to the problems that it can cause. So I want you to understand that it's not serving any genuine positive purpose in your Mantourage dating experience. Again, it's a form of cyber cutting. It's a form of emotional manipulation. It's a form of torturing the fuck out of yourself for no good reason. And we as women already contend with enough insecurities in our head. Why contend with more? So if you're going to use social media, don't get up the first thing in the morning and look at your social media, okay? Switch that shit off, do something else, have a nice routine that really sets your day up to succeed, and then don't connect with guys in your Mantourage via social media. If he asks you, hey, can I follow you on this? And say, actually, I would prefer not to. I prefer to connect with you. I'm more of a let's connect via phone or text message kind of gal. All right. Number 2, this is something really important, okay? Again, I think we're curating our lives on social media. And as much as I don't like it for you, especially not for your love life, one thing I really don't want you to do is always be uploading in the moment. Meaning, I would rather you take some photos really quickly of an event you're at, put your fucking phone away, enjoy the event, enjoy the in-person connection, and then post that shit the next week, okay? Nobody needs your stuff right in the moment, with the one exception being if somebody's asked you to publicize an event and then you're there live. That's the only time. But most of the time, that is not the case. This whole need to post in real time is not doing anything for you except taking away from your experience. So take your photo really quickly, put that shit in your pocket or wherever in your purse, and then enjoy, okay? Adored women learn to stay in the moment and enjoy the moment, enjoy the real person in-person connection. There's nothing better than that. You sure the hell aren't going to find it on your phone. Now, I know you might be thinking, but what if you're already following each other? Okay, so quite simple. Stop following him, all right? And if you're like, well, Jen, he's going to think blah, blah, blah. What if he questions me about it? So you can do this. Go dry on social media for a little while, meaning you're not posting anything, you're not updating anything, you're not really even on there anymore. You're definitely not checking out his shit anymore. And then just one day, unfollow him. If he does question you, say, hey, I was thinking about it and I'm really enjoying getting to know you. And I decided I think it would be a better connection if we were just to get to know each other via in person and on the phone. Very simple. And if you keep it simple, it will absolutely stay that way. So in summary, on my not so romantic fairy godmama quickie today, I want you to understand social media has its time and its place, but it's a very, very specific time and place. Social media should not be your entire life. You do know that these algorithms are designed to make you keep just scrolling up and scrolling up and scrolling up instead of tending to the things in your life that really deserve your attention. Your love life being one of them. It is not going to make your connection stronger by following each other on social media. It has a very bad risk to reward ratio. It's awful, in fact. And if one thing you could do right now would be the first thing I'd tell you to do is if you're following each other on social media, cut that shit out. And finally, don't overcomplicate your life with things that aren't necessary. Yes, of course, if you want to use social media, use it in a brief amount. Do not make it your life. You'll be much happier as a person. Hey, Lover Girl. Thanks for joining me today and texting this episode to all of your single smart girlfriends. If you have a question that you'd like to submit for on-air consideration or want to learn more about working with me, then meet me over at singlesmartfemale.com. See you there.